Mars Console Gamer.
Yeah.
Hey, Dragon's Dogma fans. Capcom has released a huge surprise update for Dragon's Dogma 2 on consoles and PC. This update brings new features, adjustments, and bug fixes. Here are the June 10th patch notes. Added features and adjustments, fast travel movement adjustments. Added the fast travel item Eternal Fairy Stone. The Eternal Fairy Stone will be automatically acquired after talking to Brant during the quest, Seat of the Sovereign. If you have already completed this quest, the item will be placed in your inventory. Added port crystals to Melve, Checkpoint Rest Town, and Volcanic Island Camp. Added a port crystal as a reward for the quest Monster Culling. If you have already completed this quest, it will be placed in your inventory. Added ox cart stopovers. Reduce the time until the doze-off command becomes available when riding an ox cart. If an ox cart happens to be close by, an ox cart icon will be displayed on the mini-map. Extended ox cart station departure hours. Ox carts will now depart from morning till evening. Decrease the amount of stamina used when dashing outside of combat. Selecting load from autosave after defeat will no longer result in loss gauge accumulation. Improve the stats for some equipment found when exploring dungeons. Options. Additions, adjustments. Added the free camera option to photo mode. Added the option to toggle the display of patterns left on equipment strengthened in Wormfire. Added the option to toggle the display of head armor. Changed the wording of the set to examine, only option in the button mapping settings to make it clear that it does not include dash. Added the option to disable unhired pawns to approach you and offer their services. Added the option to disable high fives from pawns after battle. Reward adjustments. Changed the content of some treasure chests and some enemy item drops. Increased the rewards, mainly gold, for some quests. UI adjustments. Added the option to use a fairy stone from the map by moving the cursor to a port crystal. Improved the visibility of the player icon on the map. A notification will now display if your camping kit was destroyed in an ambush. When shopping, you can no longer purchase more than you can hold of a specific item. The stat boosts for pawns inflicted with Dragon's Plague will now be reflected on the status screen. Multiple item types can now be transferred at once between the Horizon and pawns. The Art of Metamorphosis has now been moved to the top of the Pawn Guild vendors' product list. The order of lantern and lantern oil has been changed at each shop so that lantern oil appears first. An hourglass icon will now appear on timed quest notifications. Quest progress will now be displayed for priority quests after loading saved data. Pawn adjustments. Added Guardian specialization. Enables the pawn to prevent ox cart raids from occurring while they accompany the Arisen. Also enables the pawn to single-handedly repel smaller foes that attack the camp and to reduce the health of larger ones before the Arisen joins the battle. The Guardian's Tome can be acquired in the following ways. Bought from the Nameless Apothecary in the Nameless Village. As a reward for the quests Claw Them into Shape and Readvent of Calamity. If you have already completed these quests, they will be placed in your inventory. Added a tutorial for the Guardian specialization. Adjusted behavior when moving, making it harder to fall from cliffs. Increase the stamina recovered when pawns help you after becoming exhausted. Shop adjustments. Reduced inn fees for staying at the inn in Melve, Excavation Site, Nameless Village, Border Watch Outpost, Vernworth, and Harve Village. Reduced fees for all Barbary services. Lantern, fueled price changed from 1000 G to 800 G. Fairy Stone price in normal mode changed from 1000 G to 5000 G. Fairy Stone sale price changed from 99 G to 900 G. Text tutorial display adjustments. Replaced monotype fonts. The loading screen has been changed to show tips instead of quest progress. The tutorial for loading from an autosave has been adjusted to reflect the changes to the loss gauge. Added a tutorial explaining the GOT symbol that displays on the minimap. Other adjustments. Adjusted the camera angle when approaching a pre-existing port crystal. Adjusted the quality of the camera angle when returning from a zoomed view. Added the hollow cape to the product lineup at Celeste Smithy in Checkpoint Rest Town. Besides all these updates, there's also a huge list of bug fixes in this patch. That's it for this update. Have fun playing Dragon's Dogma 2. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more updates on games, gameplay of new and older releases, console hardware, and various art.